broken down. When it gets old, it gets dry and then start breaking down. The fins, you see, it's nice and tight. Again, when it's you see it dry and start separating, that means it's old. See, this is really fresh. I would say this is about 2 days old. When I say 2 days, it means at the time that's was on the boat. Just put something here so I don't see my halibut roller skating right to the ocean. Okay. Halibut is very lean fish, so the first thing I do, take him like this, because all the fish has some kind of a substance over it, and that's to protect the fish from spoilage. And then also when you open here, this has a little bit of what we call a freezer burn, or a belly burn. I will show you here. You see that discoloration here in the belly? So this is from the enzyme from the belly. So when you keep it long time after you catch it, then become like this. So you need to immediately gut them the moment you fish them. So we're going to start here, following this bone structure. So I'm going to start right there, make an incision right there, alongside, right here. I'm going to cut right here. You don't want to really use too much of that part because it's very tough, because that's the tail. Anytime that you see a lot of movement, that means there's lots of connective tissues, lots of muscles, and so on. Halibut cheek is nowadays very popular, so sometimes they will take the cheeks away and they will freeze those and use them in different delicacy. So once you line them up, now I'm going to make a stroke. And you can hear my knife, or okay, I'm sorry, it's not my knife anymore. And I'm cutting right on the top of the bone. You don't want to pull and push too much of the meat, otherwise it will break it down. So just gently making a stroke. Yeah, this is really fantastic and fresh. I mean, you can smell it. When she was talking about smell like the ocean, that's what it is. And here we are. So this is one side. Just gonna. So there's some bone sometime here and there. You can always go back and clean them up. This is the best bone to make fish stock. Like if you are making bouillabaisse or anything, this is the best bone because they are very lean. You don't want a fish that's oily, because it will make your stock fishy. So you want it nice and lean. Always use the two hands. I bring that a little bit closer to me here, and then I can use a little bit longer knife, because sometimes this here a little bit too short, so it won't fillet. So we catch a little bit here of the tail. You can't eat the skin of the halibut, and you can cook it. There is some, again, this part here, because this has lots of muscle, most of the chefs might not use it. So just taking the skin off. And here we are. So we can make a mask out of that. So you can't use the skin for anything. So don't say, well, I'm going to make a stock. No, the skin again has discoloration and also have a fair amount of fat in it. So you don't want those. Now, if you want to portion that piece, you want to start from the tail. Either it's salmon or anything else. Usually 4 to 5 ounces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then when it gets a little bit wider, it would be a good idea that you split them and then you portion them out. You're trying to really put something on a plate, a little bit of squarish looking. And also it will help when you have it in a saute pan or on a grill, it doesn't break down on you. So you will have much better presentation. So this is one side here. And then we'll go into here we are. Same way we did earlier, I'm just making an incision, and I will take that whole thing out. And then we can clean them. Just make sure you don't leave too much meat on the fish. Just put this here for the moment. Again, unfortunately, most of that stuff will be either you will save it for the staff because your customer is not looking to eat some of that, but also you can take the cheeks and use some of this nice soup with the bone in. Especially, you know, if you want to do an ethnic dish. In the fin. You can just to brush that with soy sauce and put it on a grill. It's wonderful. So you shouldn't really throw anything away, especially if you're going to pay for it. And then some of this stuff here considered delicacy in some culture. So when you go to the store, you will only sell you this. You know, because you don't throw it away. You see here, this is all considered blood clots, that brown part here. Some chefs, they won't even get into that meat. They don't want that part to be in the fish because it's considered a little bit fishier. Again, here we are. Another musk. Again, portion out, especially one piece like this, you don't want to waste it. So we'll say, for example, 5 ounces. So you can always fold them like that, and you cook it like that. So it has a nice appearance rather than, you see the tail, it gets cooked rather faster. And especially when the fish is dry, then it dries out. Again, all this, when you serve it something boneless, should has no bone, period, not even one. So when you put on your menu as a boneless halibut, that means boneless. If there is one bone, it's no longer boneless. Again, we'll take this part. You can use that for something else. Halibut is about what? $16, $18 a pound? Huh? More than that now?
25, 95.
Wow. So this halibut weigh halibut about 25 pounds. 25 pounds. And again, when I was talking about how generous Ana Santiago is, it tell you that person believe in what she's doing. You know, forget about, it's not just about the money. I want to show something, I want to contribute. And that's really, you get so much respect. Or people, you know, they know that you do is teaching, and then when you see them participating in your, say, endeavor, you will appreciate it more.